we finally have the parts, which took a few days longer than I thought because reasons. Yes, reasons. Okay, so I got a new gasket, which includes the throttle body gasket, and I got some new injector seals. Strange thing with these ones was these were sold loose, and they were like £5 each or something. The last ones I installed were from AutoZone. And they were sold as a pack, and they were, for a pack of 12 of them, was more than twice the price of a pack of, I got 24 of these, because I'm just going to fuck some of them up, so I might as well prepare for the future. Alright, gotta stop swearing. People complaining that I'm swearing too much. Okay, I will try to stop that. Right, what I need to do is, it's only this injector that's leaking. These are fine. So what I will do is, this is the fuel rail here. This thing here comes around like a U shape and comes along this side. This side's not leaking. This side is leaking. The way you. So kind of a fool's errand probably, but I only want to release this bolt and this bolt, and then try and pivot the fuel rail up to replace just the rubbers on these 3 injectors. I've got to replace all of them because I've got to take the fuel rail off, and you've got to replace them every time you take them off. But okay, so what I'll do is I will disconnect that, disconnect that, disconnect that, and we will take those 2 bolts and pivot the fuel rail up. Right, they are out. Let's see if we can. Oh yeah, lift it up. As you can see, the fuel injectors there. That one and that one have come out of their housing as of that one. So I will take the fuel injectors out. This is the one that's leaking. That's the out end, this is the in end. You might be wondering what this white stuff is. This is lithium grease. Because when I was putting the seals in, I was unsure whether they should be lubricated or not. I checked on YouTube. Some people said yes, some people said no. Some of the mechanics here said yes, some said no. So just out of pure safety, I put a dab of lithium on it, which now in hindsight seems like I did a lot more. So I will, this is the one that's leaking. Can I zoom in on that? Don't know, I'll have to, no, I don't know, because it might be the grease that's making it leak, so I don't know, I have no idea that's the grease. I need to replace these seals. And the last kit I got, which was this box, it came with this thing that looks like the a tip of a sealant tube. What you do is, I believe what you do is, you put this over the injector tip like that, and then you roll the seal down it. Well, that's what it did, so I hope I did it the right way. I think you meant to do it with both ends though. It didn't really want to seat, I'm going to turn this around, it didn't really want to seat on this end, like that. So I put this seal on without this applicator thing, and that actually may be what caused it to leak, because it doesn't really seat, it just sort of moves around. Whereas on the other end, it actually seats fairly well. Let me just remove these seals. And then we'll start to reinstall the new ones. Okay, I did 2 of them installed. Focus, just another bitch. I did 2 of them, as you can see there. And how I did it was, hold this because I'm still using my phone, not using my proper camera, of course. So I'll do like stupid camera cutter. Right, so we have a seal. We have the applicator. I hope I'm doing this right because I really don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Injector, applicator. Like that. To keep it so it doesn't hit the hit these metal bits. Now again, as I mentioned earlier, that these this thing doesn't fit on this end very well. I'm pretty sure that this is what possibly focus damaged the seal that was leaking. So give this a go. New seal. Put the applicator here, and we will try. God damn, I hope that works. Of course, I got the injectors mixed up. I don't know if I should lubricate these things to put them in before I insert them into the fuel rail here. I don't know. The ports should still be clean. Give them a quick wipe. That one's okay. The port's there. It's okay. It's okay. Now, I'm not going to lubricate them. I'll just take a chance and push this in. Like that. Do it too. Yeah, it's not really well lit. I do apologise for that. Put that in there, like that. And put that one in there, like that. And I lift this up and try and get this. The whole place is full of flies. Like that. Put that in there. Oh god, that one's resting on the injector seal again. You know what? I'm just going to replace that top seal again. Right, they're all in place, sitting on top of the fuel rails. Fuel rails have tied down yet, so I'm just going to push them on now. See what happens. Right. Like that, I guess. They all just popped in. I guess they still got some residual grease from the last time I did it. So I'll put the fuel rail bolts in. To hold this big camera. Now, the unfortunate thing is, because I cycle a lot and I use the same camera for my bike, as a traffic camera, as I do to make these videos. Yeah, I dropped it. And I've yet to get a new one. I'm not torquing these down. I don't know the torque value, and I haven't got a torque wrench. I don't think I can do that little value. Right. Right, let's see. Yeah, it feels right. That feels right. Okay. Let's put these injector connectors back on. 1, 2, and 3. Now, when I initially took this thing to pieces, it stinks of gas already. I didn't note where these connectors went, and I just got this and just like threw it over here. And of course, when it comes to put it back together, it was like, So this time it's easier. One problem is, this is one thing I hate about old cars. This, every plastic thing is just disintegrating. You're off the thing. So yeah, all that just to change those little seals. We can start reassembling the thing by putting the new seal on here, replacing the inlet manifold, and redoing up all the bolts, which won't take long at all. Right, so far the only thing I've done is put this back on and put these 4 bolts back in to hold this on. What I suggest is that before you put all this crap back on, put the EGR tube, which is that thing there, put that back on first. The bracket slid down there somewhere. I also need to tie up the wiring harness again. Oh, I should have showed this, but when you reinstall this thing, it is much easier if you, of course, it goes like this, and it's got a big mad fat piece at the back there. If you slide that fat piece sideways, of course, right back as far as you can go, and then sort of then jig it to the left, it just goes straight in. The first time I took this thing off, what a fight. Now I understand why a lot of people take the front scuttle off here to replace the valve seals. God, I forgot to do the bleeding valve seals. Alright, very quickly, to replace the valve cover seals, it's exactly the same thing. You've got to take the fuel rail off, because you can't get to, what is it, these bolts. Yeah, you can't get them. This thing's just in the way. You can get to that one, but you certainly can't get to these ones. It's the same with the back one. You've got to take the fuel rail off, or you risk damage or something. To access the back one, you've certainly got to take all this off. I do apologise for that if you came here to see how to replace these things, but yeah, you've got to replace this. You've got to take this off, undo the fuel rail, lift it off so you can get to the bolts. Even if you can get these bolts out, like by, you know, some bleeding magic or flexing or something like that, you can't get this off with the fuel rail in the way. You've got to take the fuel rail off. And I do apologise for missing that. Never mind. Let's reassemble stuff. I'm going to put the EGR valve tube back on right now. I need to tie up the wiring harness at the back before I do anything else. Then we will replace this top plate, put the coil pack back on, and reinstall the throttle body. Right, everything is reassembled. Throttle body's on. That still needs fixing. It's leaking. EGR valve is on, whatever the hell that thing is on. Connected. I put a clamp on that thing. Get off fly. It's getting dark, so I'm trying to beat the light now. That's on. Whatever the hell that is, I don't know. That's on. Wires are connected. That's tight. Coil pack is back on. This bracket is back on. Don't forget to reconnect the scuttle drain. We are literally go time. So, oh, something just lit up. Not sure if you heard the click. I'm expecting this thing to leak. Now this thing car is never started instantly, but let's give it a go. Just waiting for the fuel rail to fill with fuel. It's never taken this long before. It's never taken that long before. I wonder if they are. I wonder if I've mixed something up. Oh, hi up. Oh, lovely. Lovely. Of course, it's noisy because the thingamabobby's not on. That is, can you see that? That is dry. That is dry. That one's fucking wet, look. Oh, for fuck's sake, that injector's wet. Yeah, there's definitely gas there. You can see that. I'm trying to illuminate it. See that injector's wet. Fuck! Oh, sorry, I do apologise. Let's edit that out. Obviously that was a bust. I'll have to do that. I'll have to do all that again just to replace these bleeding seals. Not entirely sure what I'm doing wrong. But I've got it down to a pretty much fine art now. Hope I don't damage that bloody gasket, so I don't have to buy another one. I wonder if I can do any shortcuts here. I don't really think I can, but never mind. Anyway, the process is the same. I'll have to do that again, which I'm not going to video. Pointless because you've already seen me do it once. What else have I got to do with this? The power steering is screwed. This engine mounting somewhere here or whatever it is at the back is toast. It's just completely needs replacing. I had to replace the door handle on the back, this thing, because it is snapped somewhere there. It is snapped there, you can see. I had to replace that with a $20 replacement. This thing works fine, but replacing it, oh my god, what a pain in the ass. I really should have videoed it. There's, if here, where is it? I can't see because of the light. Let me see. Here, if you've ever had one of these cars and a gate won't open, you have to pull this plug out, and the bar that connects this latch with the handle, you have to pull it. You lift it up and the gate will open. What else? Because they've got to clean it up. It actually runs and drives fine. Don't know why it's misfiring though. I hope it's that injector. It needs cleaning. It's been stood for like a year. It's going to need, yeah, it needs some good cleaning. It's going to need a touch of paint in various places. It's like this, and on the bonnet. I'm not going to go mad because it's not really worth anything, but yeah, usual stuff for an older car. And then, yeah, that'll do it. This is going to use it as a runabout about town. So yeah, there you go guys. I hope that was of some use to you. I will make videos of the other little jobs I've got to do. I've got a lot of jobs to do with my Ranger over there, and the Suburban, which is still down there. Yeah, that's got I have to do a whole series on that. She needs a lot of work now. But yep, so there you go. Please press the buttons, subscribe, like, and whatever you want to do. I really do appreciate it. And I'll catch you later.